Welcome to Quilting Kentucky Stories, a special series from Tales from the Kentucky Room. I am Sylvia Lovely, coach, teacher of writing, and particularly writing the stories of your life. The stories you will hear, most of them are from my writing students in the Carnegie Center for Literacy and Learning class entitled Writing the Stories of Your Life, or from opportunities I have had to coach budding writers. Some of these stories are funny, some sad, and sometimes both. They are not lengthy, but each adds on an exclamation point to life.
When the horse won't follow. No, you may not be excused from the table. Not the first time dinner ended with this exclamation from my dad. As usual, it's directed towards me. At the Stephany's, dinner is a ritual of timing and coordination. Dad arrives home from work at 4:15 unless Cincinnati traffic and bridge problems are a delay. Mom has dinner ready, and each of us take our routine places at the round wooden pedestal table. It's new. Has 6 captain's chairs, and my little brother is on a booster seat. We live on a small farm. Homework, outside chores of animal care, and groundskeeping follow a full day of school for my sisters and me. The dog lady, the chicken lady, the dishes lady are scribbled on the door calendar alongside rotating rosters of names. Paula, Chris, and Patty. No question who is in charge of which task. Definitely no question of who is in charge, period. Our mom is an amazing homemaker and part-time registered nurse. She also cares for my grandparents whose farm we live on. Dad is a master plumber who runs hospital builds in Cincinnati. He served in the Korean War. He is a loving, purposeful, serious-minded man. With all life flowing, everyone is constructed at this time of day. I'll add there is no leniency for being a cog in this wheel. But Dad, I ate everything except this chuck roast. I hate chuck roast and liver. For that matter, I hate the smell. I hate the texture. I hate the taste of meat. The atmosphere in the room is tense, and with all too routine, quality of this routine is the same. One of my older and younger sisters scooted away from the table. Patty ran off to do her chores, and our little brother tagged behind. My older sister, the matriarch type, would generally glance my way as if to say, just do what Dad says. Mom is the mediator, and she wasn't a fan of conflict, but could generally solve this dad-daughter standoff with a compromise. But if she eats 2 pieces of the roast, may Chris get up? He always said yes. Mom cut 2 almost invisible pieces of whatever meat was served, and as Dad walked out the door to the barn, I swallowed the stinky meat along with my pride. Dad remains the man, and I the obedient daughter. And that was yesterday. This isn't yesterday. Dad just left. Mom cut my 2 pieces of meat on an ivory plate of colored circles, diminishing into a bullseye. Mom turned and started the dishes, and I stuck both pieces on the fork. I'm only taking 1 bite. It's done. Today is the day. I made up my 10-year-old mind. I don't care. I'm not swallowing this stinky meat. I'm in my assigned chair next to the refrigerator. I love this view from the back window. I love running over the pasture I see at the river flowing to the Ohio. Mom turned and washed the dishes, and I'm still sitting. Now she leaned towards me with those cat green eyes. Her nursing experience dealing with difficult patients gives her insight into my plan. Chris, swallow the meat. It began with a confirmed request. Then 30 minutes later, she returned with a demand. I just shook my head no. The defiance continued. Oh, God. I have to go to the bathroom. I can't talk. I'm still not getting up. I'm still sitting here, right here. I'm not swallowing this meat, or the spit that was building up in my mouth. I haven't thought this part through. 20 minutes more passed. I don't like sitting here anymore. I just want to stand up. Drool is pooling from both cheeks down the sides of my lips. Soon Mom came into the kitchen for a third time. She pleaded with me. Your dad will be back in a couple minutes. Just swallow the meat. No, I shook my head. I watched the sun go down through the back window. It was now almost dark outside. I held my forehead and placed my face on the table in front of me. Oh no, I hear his footsteps. Mom does too. I see the door open. I looked at him. He saw me. Some kind of response, to this day I can't define, made me spit the contents of my mouth on the plate in front of me. Oh God, I'm in big trouble now. Time literally standing still. I've heard this phrase before. Now I know what it means. Silence. Mom didn't move. Dad didn't move. I sat with drool all over my t-shirt and a big mess on my mom and dad's table. Finally, Dad, with a father's ever-loving mercy, said, Christine, clean up your mess. And Hun, my mom, save 2 more pieces for that dinner tomorrow night. There's another old saying. You can lead a horse to water, but, I thought, better not add that to this situation. Standoff for tonight is over. Not even thinking about tomorrow. If I could guess, Dad felt the same acceptance. I grew that night, and so did Dad. Going forward, always seemed like a little more understanding and tolerance existed between us. We know how far to push and not push. Always coming back to Dad and daughter forever. P.S. They never made me eat those leftovers the next night. I still listen to my dad's music these days and dance. I close my eyes to hear and see the beauty of all that I've learned. Thanks for listening. Chris Stephany.
Thanks for listening to Quilting Kentucky Stories, a special series from Tales from the Kentucky Room. If you want to hear more episodes like these, you can subscribe, rate, and review Tales from the Kentucky Room on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can visit us at lexpublib.org/podcasts. That's lexpublib.org/podcasts. We'll be back with another patch for the quilt of Kentucky stories.